You're listening to Turi Writers' She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. In this installment, the things they tell you are wrong with a thing or a person or a pet, just so that they don't have to tell you what's really wrong with it. Everybody has a friend or more than one where you just understand that there are things they need to rant about, and it could be the same thing, and you just need to let them rant about it 10, 20, 30, 40 times.
My husband.
Well, there you go. What are his particular topics that he chooses?
Our guest room, over and over and over again, which has always been like, it's half storage room, it's half pantry, and now it's half stuff that I need to get rid of.
That's three halves.
Yes, and every time he tries to get to the pantry half, he comes back cussing and swearing, and even though I left a nice path to the pantry, and I admit it does look a little bit like hoarders now.
Okay.
But nobody goes back there.
Turkey gravy. You got to get that turkey gravy out.
Oh,
it's
I know.
Coming on
I haven't
time.
been grocery shopping yet. I can't carry in groceries and be able to open the door. So it's it'll happen. He doesn't know this yet, but he's gonna have to take me grocery shopping this weekend.
Maybe
we're the only humans here.
Maybe you could just stack up the groceries outside the door of the guest room so that he doesn't have to go into the guest room.
I think he went in last night for paper plates, and he came out mumble, 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 mumble.
And you just need to let him do it.
Well, like I said, it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Well, you realize that with your three halves, what you have there, bad pun alert, is two half and two half not.
That's true.
Sorry.
That's very true. And let's see, what else does he mumble about or complain all the time? He doesn't like my goats. Actually, he hates my goats and asks me on a regular basis, why do we have goats again?
Yeah, I would do that.
See, you're supposed to be on my side.
Not about the goats. I draw the friend support line at the goats.
They love me.
Well, he loves you, or you wouldn't have the damn goats.
That would be true, too, since I can't do anything with them except pet them right now with only one arm.
I have that problem. I believe I mentioned the tripped over the footstool and landed on spousal unit's chair, the wooden arm, impaled myself, basically. Do you remember, even before our time, there used to be this office supply thing where you stacked up the phone messages. It was a spike on a little metal base.
Oh, yeah. I used to hurt myself on those all the time
Right.
when I worked at the newspaper.
Well, this was the furniture equivalent. I just kind of impaled myself like a human while you were out message on the handle of his favorite chair. And I still cannot use my whole left side. So there was an emergency dog rescue need. And I knew that he would be doing all the work because I tried, actually. I was getting a little better, and this dog didn't know the meaning of a leash. Had no idea. So I took the dog out briefly on a leash, and the dog weighs 50 pounds and throws herself at the end of the leash. And normally I could handle that just fine, but I ended up just sort of losing all my capacity on my left side. So now, and have you ever had this happen? I'm sure you've had this happen where, and it doesn't matter. It could be a date. It could be a kid. It could be a pet. You take it on knowing that there's a list of problems. And then it turns out there's a whole other chapter with a whole other 5 or 6 or 7 lists of problems.
Welcome to my world of dogs.
Well, it could be, again, could be husband, ex-husband, could be kids. You think, okay, this is the package. And it turns out to be like a Russian nesting doll package. It's like the Ginsu late knife advertising package of problems. But wait, there's more. Not only does this foster dog have absolutely no training at all, she has worms. That's just one of the list of things. Oh, and by the way, she has an ear infection. And while you're at it, so
yeah. You would be like scrubbing yourself with sandpaper in the shower.
I've gone through half of a bottle of bleach though, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of bleach. I mean, all the enviro people. Can I just say bad things
Shut
about
up.
environmental people for a while? Uh, the first experience that I had of an environmentally friendly product that was a bunch of BS was that natural toothpaste. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that does not work.
No, it doesn't do anything. I don't know what it does. I mean, you'd be better off brushing your teeth with Halloween candy. It does no good. It's kind of like the Emperor's New Clothes. You don't get to say to all the other crunchy granola people in San Francisco, I tried this toothpaste. It just doesn't work.
Have
Uh,
you tried the black toothpaste made out of charcoal?
why wouldn't I just go out and lick the Weber grill? Why would I do
Well,
that?
that's what I should have done because I fell into that one.
Oh,
And I took one look at myself in the mirror. I literally jumped in the shower with my mouth open
ah!
and then threw it away.
Oh, God.
It's so, not only doesn't it work, it's scary looking.
That does sound bad. That sounds terrible. So you become like an Emperor's New Clothes thing. You become one of these people who doesn't want to say, well, have y'all noticed that all of your breath stinks? I mean, you don't get to say that. But
No,
finally,
your
one
breath
one
smells
of
like my Weber.
yeah, or oh no, the Weber probably smells better. One of my
Yeah.
girlfriends who was really into that toothpaste was dating the guy she ultimately married, and he said to her while they were dating, I really like you, and I'd like to plan a future with you, but we eat a lot of garlic, and I've noticed that you use whatever that toothpaste is, and I don't think it works very well. And that must have taken him a lot of courage to actually summon that
Yeah,
up.
for real.
But when you're looking at spending your life with someone, you really have to get serious, because otherwise you're 5 years into the marriage and you file for divorce because they're not using a toothpaste that you can stand the results of. So that was the first product. And then there's all this hocusy pocusy soap that doesn't actually wash anything. And in the end, you just rebel and you find the most toxic chemicals you can lay hands on at the hardware store, and you just start pouring them on everything. And that's sort of what happened with the foster dog this morning. I took the liner out of the dog crate and I put it in the stood it up in the bathtub and just dumped a half a bottle of bleach solution over it.
Here's my dog problem.
Yes.
So I don't know how many years I complained about Belly the bulldog
Yes.
and Minion, rest his soul,
Yes.
fighting and fighting every minute.
Yes.
So now Belly is the sole survivor in the house. That all the older dogs have passed on, and the kids are out of town with the baby visiting the baby daddy's family in Walla Walla, Washington. So we have Butters back, also known as Land Shark.
Uh,
But he's 4 years older, 3 years older. So he doesn't so much chew stuff up. But these two dogs love each other. And it is so extra. And it is so annoying. And they want to play. And as you know what? We don't live in a huge house. We live in a log cabin. And just stuff is always flying. Always, everything. They're knocking into everything. But he only goes out back to the dog yard. And she only goes out front. So I can't get
So
them to both
basically,
go at the same time to play.
your house is the Switzerland of dog play. This is the neutral
Yes.
turf where they're both willing. We'll get together here, we'll destroy it, and then we'll go back to our respective corners and pretend like nothing happened.
Oh, it is so extra and so annoying. And I wake up in the morning with two cats and two dogs in bed with me.
That would not happen in my house.
I know it wouldn't happen in your house, but
So
in
back
my
to the
house with one arm, it's
so yeah, I have one arm. So the spousal unit is doing everything and not happy about it. But now you get to hear my confession.
oh yay.
I climbed the step ladder and accessed the leftover Halloween candy finally, which I had not yet delivered to the ladies at the post office, even though I had said that I would.
That sucks.
I would like to register a complaint. I may have to call Costco. I bought one of those like 20 zillion pound bags of candy.
They're tiny, aren't they?
Yeah, that is not a fun size. That is a frustration size. That is the worst lying. You know how many peanut M&Ms were in my fun size package?
3.
I think 8. I counted them. And let me tell you that in that whole 50,000 billion pound bag of chocolate, there were a total of 5 fun-sized bags of peanut M&Ms. And then just to punish me, I had to go back to Costco yesterday. And what did I see in the snack aisle? A giant jar of nothing but peanut M&Ms. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, why do I even pretend that that 5 fun-size bags of peanut M&Ms will make me happy? And they've loaded it up with all the stuff that I can't stand, for which I thank them, and I hope it's all gone by tomorrow. But just the fun size thing, that's just a cruel joke. There's nothing fun about confronting 10 empty wrappers of peanut M&Ms. You feel guilty and ashamed, and then you realize that all you've really had is 50 peanut M&Ms. Which is really...
I'm still going through my bag of Tootsie Roll Pops.
Yeah, you like those.
But for the Halloween candy stuff, we've already gone through 2 giant bags. And the candy was so disappointingly tiny that I ate more than I would normally have eaten if they were fun size.
Yeah, well,
that makes sense.
I have earrings that are bigger than those Reese's Cups.
Yeah.
But I can see why they call them fun size, because if they called them frustration size, which would be honest, nobody would buy them.
That's true, but still.
Just like if they called charcoal toothpaste that makes your face turn black. There are certain things that you just can't say out loud, and those are 2 of them. Thanks for listening to the Turi Writers She Said What podcast. Since you've made it to the end, you might want to know that my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air, is not only available in print, but now also in complete audiobook form, narrated by me and available on Audible.